Okay. This year, Raymond and I have just gone over problem 5.20, and the two of us went through a kind of like chicken scratch session here, which we satisfied ourselves that we knew how to get the answer, but we just say, all right, we can get the answer, but it still didn't. It's still kind of like, can we do better? So we defined our space. We said plus is the upward direction. So we're being asked about what's the force exerted by the car on the wall. So at the bottom, we start at the bottom because that's the one we feel really confident in. And so we said, all right, the car is exerting. And first of all, let me eliminate our little leap of faith, a little leap here that got us to the answer. I don't want to give it away right away. So, all right, let's think about it. Before we draw any force free body diagrams, let's just think about it. And then at the end of the day, just to give you an advanced organizer, it's third law to the rescue. And honestly and truly, guys, this one is one of those things that has confounded me. And I've always just used my physical intuition that I know that it's got to be more here than the top. I just know it. And also because I play with Hot Wheels, I have to show that video to you guys. I play with Hot Wheels and I know I have to get the car going fast enough or it'll fall down up here. Anyways, so let's see. The car is going to exert a force W on the wall, and it's down. So Newton's third law says to us that the wall will then exert, oh, sorry, that's not a third law pair. Oops, what else? Well, we can say, oh, well, we know that the wall has to exert F centripetal on the car up. But then Newton's third law tells us, oh, that means that the car is going to exert F centripetal on the wall, which is also down. So what we need to do then is we need to pick not the third law pairs, remember, we need to pick whatever is external to the car, to the wall. I said wall, of course. And external to the wall are the forces that the car is exerting on the wall, and it's these two. Now, again, one mistake we made here, and I fixed it, is I put a minus W here at the beginning. Whenever you draw things as vectors, it always is a plus sign, always, always, always. So we drew it as vectors here, but then we plugged it in as components. And since they're both down, they're both negative. And we're not surprised that the wall is going to feel both the weight and the F centripetal. It's going to end up being a negative number, but it still is, the two of them are mutually reinforcing each other. And intuitively, we don't have an issue with that, right? We know we feel crust at the bottom. Now, what do we do at the top? At the top, we see that F of car on the wall. And if you like, you could start out with F of wall on the car. I just wanted to keep this. No, I didn't, because then I would have done W first, right? So anyways, F of car on the wall is going to be F centripetal because the car wants to go straight. The wall is pushing down on it. And so the car is also pushing up on the wall. So there's our Newton's third law pair. And then, of course, it may sound kind of weird, but if the car is pushing on the wall with W, it's in contact with the wall. So it's it's not outrageous to say it. It's a little maybe offensive. You could, if you like, say wall pushes on the car with W, but let's just go with it. And we know it's down. So then we see what are the external forces from the wall on the wall, and it's the two car forces. And of course, once again, we add them, but now W is negative and centripetal is positive. So now the car on the wall, the normal force in this, of course, the normal of the car on the wall is equal to F centripetal minus W. So now gravity is saying to the wall, well, you don't have to supply just as much centripetal force anymore. I'm going to help you. Now, what you can see then at some point, if F centripetal is too small, then N of car on the wall goes to 0 and negative, and that means, well, it's not going fast enough anymore. And you want it to be positive because you want it to be pressed up against the wall. You want the wall to have to push against the car. All right, let me stop that, and then Raymond and I can move to the next problem. All right.